Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 16 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, don't worry about it. We'll go through a quick recap. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, in episode 15, we worked on a couple projects, one of which was solving our housing issue. So we built this nice new housing complex with some well-being for the beavers in the back. Got a couple of the exercise plazas that are working really well. We also came up here to Wheelington, and we put in a couple more houses as well as a large barrack, a little bit of storage, and a wind tunnel to hopefully provide some good well-being. We also added in 4 of our labor monuments, which are really good, 2 in each district, so those are helping out with the well-being, which is now up at 19. Looks like we do have a couple injuries, but generally going pretty good. Now, in between episodes, I let them do quite a bit of dynamiting. So we've gotten a lot of this cleared out. They're going to put on another layer here, as well as get this cleared out. And then we came into a drought here, and I noticed something interesting. So obviously, during droughts, our power stops, obviously, because there's no water flowing. However, this is an interesting problem, not because we're not really producing resources, that's not a huge issue, but because our fermenters stop working. And you'll notice that we are quickly just eating through our food supply. Even though we've got plenty of food available, raw material, it's just they can't be fermented without power. So to solve that, we're going to go ahead and add in some kind of redundant power for, droughts and bad tides and such. So let's just go ahead, let's get a couple. Let's see, how do I want to get up here? I don't think we need that one. Let's just get some paths coming in here, and we are going to dynamite out this section. So that's the first thing we're going to be working on today, is a little bit of dynamite work. So let's get all of this laid with dynamite. These actually need to be doubles, because I want to get down to this level right here. So let's go a little bit of double dynamite, and then this, I believe, should all just be triples. We'll kind of let them get to work on that. So let's get these stairs built as well as some of this dynamite laid. That would be good. And I'm actually just going to bump the dynamite itself down to a medium high priority because there's a couple other things I need them to do over here that I would like to be done fairly quickly. The first one is we would need some stairs down there. And then we need some stairs up here, and I would like for them to remove all of these trees. We can remove all the way down here, not super necessary. Let's go ahead and get all of this on the highest priority, even though it's really not that high of a priority. But we'll get that done as well. So we can go ahead and speed this up. And this is nice, these beavers up here will kind of build down onto here while they're working on their enormous dynamite project. So that's it's going to take them quite a while to do that. Now, while they're working on this, we talked about in the last episode, I want to get a couple of these advanced breeding pods up and running. So why don't let's get rid of a couple of these, and then let's get in some advanced breeding pods. That would be excellent. And then we'll just kind of slowly start to filter these out as we go. Maybe we'll replace these 3 up here with some advanced breeding pods just to kind of start to transition the population to adults only. No more child beavers, unfortunately. No more child beavers, unfortunately. Anyway, we can also start to clear out a lot of this. So let's just go ahead and do that because it is no longer necessary. And then we could probably just go ahead and bring this path back here as well. We'll leave those stairs there. Maybe we'll use them for something in the future, but we can go ahead and remove all of this rubble because it's just logs and a couple planks, stuff that's really not super critical for us. But okay, so we're going to tie some power in right here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this out. And then we're going to need a platform over here and a platform here. And we're going to need a triple here, and then a triple here, with a single coming here, and then one coming down like that. Nice. And then why don't we go ahead and throw a scratcher in right there? That'd be good. All right, so we can start to dynamite this out. We are going to have to remove this storage right here for the bad water. That'll be okay. So let's just let that empty. There we go. Gears and planks, not super worried. So let's get rid of those. Okay, nice. So as the beavers continue to lay this dynamite, which I hope... Oh, I guess these are on medium-high priority too. That's okay. As they lay this dynamite, we are going to start to map out some power here. So before I do, I just want to take advantage of this space right here by doing maybe something like this. That would be good, I think. And then we're going to have single platforms coming over here. And then we're going to have some double platforms right here, which would be good. Now we're going to need a power shaft coming down, and then a shaft turning in. Is it going to be right there? No, it's not. Let's remove that. So we're actually going to have a shaft there, and then a straight shaft, and then down. Is that correct? So here, what we're going to do is we're going to use our engines. So let's go ahead and unlock the engine. So the engine's going to sit right here, connected in. And then we're going to have another one sitting right here. Okay, so we do need to go one further. So we'll go to there, and then we'll have a corner section there. Okay, and we can start to actually dynamite some of this out. Might as well get it out of the way. Don't want to dynamite this yet because we need this to get laid. This piece of dynamite to get laid, which would be good. And look at that, our advanced breeding pods are up and running, which is very good. Very good indeed. Okay. So as this stuff gets laid, let's continue to prioritize. I'm going to want this, all of this power stuff done first. Actually, let's put all of this on medium high. Get that dynamite done, and then come down here and do the power stuff. Okay. So we can continue to dynamite this away, and now we're going to need to dynamite this away. We are going to need some stairs coming up here, I believe. And then doubles here, triple here, single all the way through there, triple and double. That should work. And then let's get all of this queued up so that it actually gets built. That would be good. And this power is going to be very advantageous for us, I think, because what it's going to do is it's not going to provide the 5,000 power or whatever that we typically need, but it is going to supplement it to a degree that I think it'll be very useful. It'll allow us to maintain some level of production during droughts, and that's really all I want. I don't need it to be, I don't need it to fully make up for the full quantity of power. I just need it to provide enough power so that our food production stays up and running, because as you can see, we are seriously hurting for food. Seriously hurting. And again, it's not because we don't have the raw resources, it's just because the power is not running. So this is actually a fairly significant issue that we do need to get fixed fairly quickly. So that'll be good. Okay, so we have 13 unemployed beavers up here and 4 down here. or 4 vacancies down here. So why don't we send like 5 down here? Maybe a couple more. Something like that, just to kind of balance that out a little bit. That will be good. And then we are just about done with this dynamite. So let's see, we can dynamite this away, and then we can get rid of these. We can add some single dynamite on there. Get rid of those. Get rid of this path. Something like that would be good. And now let's see. This path is going to need to shift 1. So we'll bring this path down here. And then we're actually going to need some platforms in here as well. Yep, something like that. And then we will need a straight power shaft right here. Not turned in that direction. Turned like that. Okay, so let's get this dynamite laid, and then we will start working on this stuff. All right, so that's good. And now if we go into our power and we grab our engine, we can put 3 engines in there, and then another 3 right here. So if we go into our power, grab the engine, 3 engines in like that, run a path down to get them all connected up. And then I think what we'll do is we will grab a beaver statue, just throw it in right there. And then probably a couple of these beaver busts would be nice. And let's get those 2 engines started up right away with that power shaft. Something like that. Get the power shaft done first. Actually, let's get an engine up and running first. Yeah, we were struggling a little bit. Let's see how our water's doing. Yes, you can actually see that we dropped down a tile because we lost a little water there. Might as well just go ahead and let some out. Get this topped back off. That would be good, but we now have so much water storage in here that I think we'll be just fine with water. So let's just get this to overflow a little bit. Bring us in a little bit more water there. And just make sure that these beavers are working over here on these engines. They should be. Yeah, do we have enough metal blocks for them? Yeah, we should. We should. All right, and our water's coming back up now. You can see that everything is now hydrated. So why don't we go ahead and bring this back up and get ready for the drought to come to an end here in about a little less than a day, about half a day. Okay. So we've got plenty of metal blocks in the colony as a whole. This district has about a third, maybe a quarter of them. So they should get up and running. And now the engines have changed. I don't know if it was update 5 or just a patch, but they no longer have workers. Now they just receive logs from haulers. And then they operate, which is awesome. So you can see now it's got some logs, and 5 logs, 10 logs will essentially get it about 50-ish hours worth of production. And again, it's not a ton of power, but it's just enough to keep these running a little bit, and I think once we get all 6 of these, we should be in a much better spot, because that'll be what, like 2,400 power if they each produce 400. Yeah, something like that. Something fairly reasonable. And that's really all we care about. So let's just continue to get some dynamite laid throughout here. Let's remove these. So these will be triples, and then these will be doubles all in here. Cool. So they can keep working on those. That'll be good. All right, let's reprioritize what we got going on. So let's get something like that, and then those 3 done. That would be good. Okay, so now that the water is coming back, which kind of negates our little power project here. Whoa, we are just eating through our food so quickly. It's really not good. We need the food to come back online with a vengeance, which means we need the power back. Yeah, it's not great. Let's go up here. Let's get our water pumps back up and running. So now we have 13 vacancies there, and then if we come down here and get our pumps back online, now we have 6 vacancies here. So we have 20 vacancies. All of them are haulers, but luckily we have so many hauling posts now that it's not, it's not the end of the world. And there we go. So now we're producing a ton of power. Granted, the power wheels are back online, so power is now no longer a concern, and these should be back to full operational efficiency. And I am a little concerned because what I don't want is to start eating into our berry supply, because our berries are they're very important for other reasons. So what I might do is get a little bit more berry production going on up here. So let's see, if we were to do something like this, get a path in there, I'm going to shift these 2 lumberjacks down here. So let's get rid of those. And then what I think I'll do is I'll remove the planting here. Is there a way that I can get these guys to just cut those down? Not really easily, but I don't really think we really need the logs. So I'm going to prioritize that. And then I'll say that this is kind of your next highest priority after building this. So build that first and then go over and start to do the berry expansion, which I think would be good. And then I think I'll end up putting a path right in here just to separate them. I know that it's not necessary, but I just like to have my crops and my trees and stuff separated by paths because I think it makes it look nice, which in my opinion is like half the reason that you play this game, honestly, is just to make things look nice. All right, let's get these guys working on, I want to finish this top piece of dynamite. Not that it really matters, but we actually need to lower this. You can see that we're getting some flooding. So should probably lower that so that we're not flooding out all this water. That would be good. But okay, so once we get some more berries up and running, we could also go ahead and get rid of this path. And we could actually come in here and plant another oak in there. And then if we go into our cutting area, mark that for cutting, and then we will unmark this area for cutting. And that'll be good. So let's start to get some berries in here. And I'm not sure where this beaver is. Yeah, there he is. So let's get rid of that. Put this path back in here just to break these apart. And then I think what we'll do is actually remove this one as well, because I'm going to put in another gatherer. I think having another gatherer in there would be pretty nice. I just realized that there's no way for the forester to reach that block, so might as well throw a levee in there with a lantern, obviously. And then if we come in here and we plant blueberry in that whole area, and that'll just give us a little bit more berry production. You can see our food is just like potentially disastrous if we don't get more fermenters up and running, or at least get these ones to do what they're supposed to do. So why are these not fermenting? Okay, yeah, there they go. So hopefully the food will come back online, and hopefully we'll be okay going forward. Okay, but let's get another gatherer right there. That'll be good. That will be good. All right, so now if we come up here, I did have a thought. We could probably add a couple more log storages right here. So if we add like 2 more right here for logs. And then, let's see, so this will connect with a path, and then this will connect with a path and some stairs. Like that. So these are both set for logs. And I think I'll set these to supply the other log storages. I think that would be good. And then we could probably go ahead and get a beaver statue right there. That'd probably be good. So a little bit more log storage just to kind of keep us going. It looks like the food is starting to recover, which is good. Again, we've got tons of raw resources, so I'm not overly concerned about the raw resources as I am about the you know, the finished product, or whatever you wanna say. The fermented product. So let's go ahead and remove a little bit more of this path. We'll get a little bit more triple dynamite placed up here. Get that placed. And if you remember, this is kind of the way that I'm going to do this dynamiting project. We'll kind of work on it a little bit during the episode while we work on other stuff. But a lot of the work I'm going to do off camera. So I imagine we'll bring this all the way back here and just kind of square that off. And that'll be the start of our water storage. The start. Because if I get to the full project, I think we're going to be pretty happy with it. Okay, so what are kind of the big projects that we want to work on today? One of them is going to be getting a farming district going down here. So the district will be down here, probably located somewhere right around here. And I'm actually going to include these farms in the new district, as well as this housing complex. So we'll probably have like a district crossing somewhere around here, maybe one over here, and then maybe a third over here if we think that we need it. But the way that we're going to make this happen is with essentially flooding this area with water. So in order to do that, we first need to fix this dam. So let's get rid of this and all of this, and I think we're going to have to get rid of a lot of that as well. So let's get rid of all of that, and we are going to go in here with a levee. And this is just going to be too high because I do not want this bad water to overflow here ever. So I'm just going to go too high, better safe than sorry. And then we're going to need to jump this power up and over. So something like that. I'll probably remove that path, and I think we can just come over the top here with some stairs just to reestablish the connection. So we'll get that connected up just like that. Okay, so now this is going to be a double platform here. And I think something like this would work. So if we go like that, then I'd love to get that one built first. Then we can reestablish that connection. So that will allow this to clear out of all this bad water. And then we can actually come through here, and I'm probably going to introduce a dam here and flood this with clean water. I think that would be good. I think that would be an effective way of clearing that out. So now let's bring this back, and let's get our last triple dynamite up here. And then once we blow this up, we'll just kind of have to see how it looks. I think it'll look well. I think it'll look good. Well? Can something look well? I mean, I guess a person can look well. But yeah, okay, so it does look like they can build this diagonally, which is good. That's really what I was concerned about. And then let's get this hooked back up. So let's get all that done, and then yeah, they can work on the rest of it. All right, so did these log storages get set up? Yes, they did. They are starting to get filled with logs, at least to some degree, but hopefully all the logs are going down into the belly of the industrial district. Because that's our goal, is to make sure that they get down there. All right, starting to see a decent number of vacancies, vacant jobs. I wonder, do these take longer? I don't think they do. They require the same amount of resources. No, these actually require extract. Which makes me wonder if we're going to have enough extract. I think what we're going to do is we're going to add in another centrifuge. So let's get rid of all of that. And then if we come into our water, we can add another one of these right in there. So let's get that built. That way we have more centrifuges. Now, that does mean that we're probably going to run out of bad water. So if we come back down here to the bad water area, and probably add in another row of them. So let's go with a couple of these bad water pumps. That. And then let's go ahead and get the old beaver statue going on over there. But I do want to get this levee done first so that we can start to prioritize some other projects. So what we'll do is we'll do something just like that. So they'll build this dam first. And actually the dam is already functioning, but I do want them to get it finished. And then they'll come over and they'll increase the bad water production. So we do now have all of our engines up and running, which is awesome. Hopefully that will provide us a good amount of power during droughts. And let's go ahead and dynamite this away. Let's go from the center. Oh, my poor computer. The poor computer. That was definitely dropped some frames there. Let's go ahead and we'll get that dynamited away. That'll be good. Just to kind of clean that up, and then we'll remove this altogether. But okay. So the dynamiting is coming along slowly but surely. We are actually going to need to get single dynamite laid down here. So with that being the case, why don't we add some stairs down here with a path, and then maybe a path straight up there. And then let's go ahead and get some single dynamite laid all throughout here. Just to bring this down to the right depth. And then we will need some single dynamite there. And then we can actually go ahead and get rid of this and delete the rubble. And get some single dynamite there. So that will kind of bring the whole thing down to the desired depth. Doubles up here and then down one level, singles. That will be the desired depth that we are going to be working with. And I think that will be good. All right, so how is this project coming over here? Man, we have 30 vacancies now, 11 and 19. It's probably because I have all of these paused. So why don't we get a few of these back operational? I think that would be good. Our food is starting to recover, which is good, thankfully. Thankfully, the food is recovering. And now that this dam is essentially complete, they're still working on a little bit of it. Let's start to think about how we're going to flood this area and then what this area is going to look like. So if we come over to the edge of the map, all right, and we look down here, this is the bottom of the map. So we can't dynamite this any lower. At least I don't think we can. Yeah, cannot be built on the bottom of the map. But I want more than one tile of water stored in here. You know what I mean? I want more than one tile of water. So what I think we're going to do is we are going to build this up a little bit. So if we put like a levee there, and then we come in line here. And let's delete that away. So we're going to do something like this. We're going to have 2 levees worth of height on this waterway, if that makes sense. Something like that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll come down to about here and then run this across like that. And then we'll put a dam right in here. Something like this. Let's get rid of these. And then if we come over here, get this set up, and then this should work pretty well. So now where are we going to connect over? So right about here. So if we grab a double platform and get that connected up, so we'll have a path coming across here, and then to get down here, and similarly to get up and over this before we dynamite it away, which we will do eventually in due time, we will get this hooked up. And then we'll just run this path all the way along here so that they can start to build this dam. And then this will work quite well for what we have in mind. And then we're going to do the same thing down this river, but we'll let them work on that one first. Okay, so that's going to allow us to flood this area with more water. However, we are going to need to open this up. So are they done with all of this? I'll probably let them keep working on this. So this will be now the highest priority. So finish on that. And then, let's see, we're going to have a dam. I'm going to shift this dam over 1 space so that I can have an opening 4 wide. No particular reason. I just think I think 4 wide will work nicely. Okay. And then, let's see, we're going to need some... So that will work. That'll work for now. And then this is going to come over here. This is going to immediately drop down. So the water is going to come in here. I'll probably leave it like that. And then we'll come over here. And let's see, am I going to end up dynamiting this away? Probably not. So why don't we do this instead? We can place some dynamite there. And then that's at the right height. So this will be the dam set up right there. That'll be good. And we will need some stairs coming down here with a path running along this. Like that. And that should work. That should work pretty nicely. Now, one thing that we could do is we could actually link this up right here. I'm not sure where the district crossing is going to go. This might end up having to get moved. But I think for now that would be nice because it would allow them to work on 2 sides of this and then start to work on this section here. Okay, so let's start to prioritize some stuff. So they're going to finish working on that. And then I would like them to move this dam as well as build those stairs. And I just realized, do we have metal blocks? We do not have enough. So why don't we delete both of those? There should be metal blocks in here somewhere. So let's get those picked up. And then did they start working on that yet? No. So let's lower that down. But that should get us a little bit more bad water, which will be good. And look at this, the dynamite is really coming along now. So let's back this off. Let's back this off a ways. And then if we come over here, Should be able to back that off and still be able to reach it. So this will be double dynamite here and double here. And then let's just prioritize this so that they can get working on that. Okay, and this is starting to flood. It's not really going to do anything for us, not until we have the whole system set up, but that's still a ways down the road. Okay, so did they come over here and pick up the metal blocks? No, not yet. There we go, we can get that picked up. So there's 2 metal blocks there, and there should be 4 somewhere else. So there's 1 in this district for now. And it looks like we're going to need 1 more. So wherever that comes from, who knows? But hopefully at some point they get it going. So let's delete this back. And then as they work on this dynamite, we should be able to delete this back a little bit further. Yep, so we should be able to bring it back now. So let's bring that back. And let's get a little double dynamite laid in there. And we're looking pretty good on this dynamite. They're laying this dynamite super fast because it doesn't take any extract. So they're literally just running in, laying some dynamite, and calling it a day. What I actually think I'm going to do is, why don't we bring this all the way over here, and why don't we keep dynamiting this away? So in order to do this, unfortunately, I'm probably going to need to put some stairs up here, because I would love to dynamite away this whole section right here. And then this is going to need doubles, and this is going to need triples. So that section could be dynamited away, and that's going to get us set up for kind of phase 1 of our water storage area, which will be good. And we can continue to back this off. So if we go into our delete tool, back some of this off, get a little bit more of the double dynamite laid, and prioritize that. And then we can just kind of let them keep going on the rest of this project, because they should be able to reach it. In fact, we could probably back this out and get singles laid in there as well. Okay, so what are the beavers? Beavers should be coming down here. Yes, they are. Okay, perfect. So they're starting to work on this. And then once they're done with this, we are going to delete out, or start to delete out, some of this dam. So we can probably start to do that without much in the way of problems. And then this is going to get double dynamite here. And I would love for them to get these built. We're just not quite there yet. So let's keep laying out some more of this levee system. So we're going to have levees coming along like this. And they're going to run right down here. Like that. So we'll just kind of continue to bring this down here. Something like that. And then it will square off right here. And again, they'll just kind of keep working on this as they go. But we can actually run this path over here and take it down this levee network so that this can continue to be built. And this is going to take forever for them to build, just because it is so far away. Like it is significantly further than this dam, and this took forever to build. So I don't really know how far we're going to get before we're going to have to break this off into a new district and get them down there working. But okay, so this has been built, so let's start on the next phase of the project. Let's get this all deleted out. This can actually go. And then we're going to need dams in here with a path. And this will be the highest priority. And now you can kind of start to see what I'm getting at. Is this whole area is going to be flooded. And once we dynamite these away, we're going to have a ton of growable area back here, especially if we dynamite into here and make this a flooded area, which would actually probably be a good idea to do right now. So why don't we actually delete this section right here, and we will run these levees like this. And just kind of get this whole area dammed in to provide even more growing space. So let's get this connected up. Might as well do it like this. And then we will need some stairs down here to be able to get rid of some of these trees. That'll be good. That will be good. And it looks like they're starting to work on these, which is also good. And then we're going to need some dynamite in here as well. So let's prioritize this. That is the highest priority. And then let's get the dynamite done, just so that we have a nice, completely dynamited off area. That'll be very good. And let's kind of take stock of how we're doing. So 32 vacancies. That's really not, it's really not good. It's actually quite a few. Only 11 up here, 19 down here. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's coming along. We're going to need some double dynamite right here. Let's get that in. And then did they finish all of this? Yes, they did. Excellent. So let's get this removed. I might do something like that and then actually bring this over like this. They should be able to reach it all. So let's get that done. These builders should come down here because they're really not working on much else. And then we're going to dynamite this away and it is going to destroy my frame rates. completely destroy my frame rates. So why don't we kind of start to do it. I'm going to wait for them to kind of clear out of there, and then I'm going to blow that up and just kind of move over here. There we go. And now you can kind of start to see what we're getting at. That should have been doubles. That was a mistake on my part. So let's get this laid, and then let's start to walk this back. Get a little bit more single dynamite laid. And then let's go ahead and dynamite this out, and let's just see, does it kill my computer? That was a lot of dynamite, and I definitely dropped frames, but that's okay. That's okay. The water storage is coming along. It is coming along, which is awesome to see. And again, it's not really going to function fully the way that we, you know, have intended for the final iteration of the water storage. But that being said, it's going to be an improvement because we're going to start to get some water in here. And then eventually what we'll probably do is shift our water pumping to this side once this is actually full of water. That way we can just leave them running the entire drought because there's going to be, you know, 8 tiles worth of water over a massive space for them to pump. And it's going to work great. Okay, so let's come down here, see how they're doing. We do have just the last dam piece coming in, so that is going to be great. And then we're going to have to start working on this, and quite honestly, we're probably going to have to set up the new district. And I think we'll probably fill this area with platforms and get the new district like centered like right here. I think that would be good. It would give them complete reach of this whole space, even these farms, and then some district crossings, you know, kind of right around this area, which I think would be very good. Okay. Yeah. So with that being the case, I think that will be what we're going to start working on in the next episode. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment below. Let me know some of the stuff that you guys like. Let me know some of the stuff you want me to try out. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on this series as well as others. I genuinely appreciate everyone who watches these videos and everyone who subscribes to the channel. It's awesome. This channel is getting way more support than I honestly ever thought it would, and I really appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.